Hey guys, today in Rascal's Basement Arcade, we're going to go ahead and unbox, set up, and review the ALU Mini Riser from Buy Stuff Arcades. Okay, so here we have the packaging of the Buy Stuff Store Riser. I did open it and make sure all the contents were there, but as you notice, they've got it wrapped pretty tight. So as we unbox, you will see that we've got all the components basically wrapped here in styrofoam. Got two sections there. You got the front and back, then you've got the two sides, mounting hardware, and the instructions. Carefully go ahead and start opening these up. So they are packed pretty nicely here. All the foam is tight with tape around it to make sure no damage comes to these pieces. A few more slices here. And what you will notice is these are the two side pieces for the riser. They are in the yellow of the Tetris cab that this is going on. Again, they make this in black for the basic standard cab. You'll notice they did put their little blue protective tape there on the chrome T-molding. Put those aside. And let's get out these two panels. This is going to be the front and the rear panels. A couple more cuts here. All right. As you see, the front panel itself is matching the yellow of the cab. And the back one is in black. You don't see it when it's back there, so it's not made to color match. Make sure we've got everything else here. So instructions and then mounting hardware. We should have 4 screws and 2 cam bolts. Okay, let's go into assembly. I've sped this up so you don't have to watch it in real time. So inspecting my pieces, I'm going to put the back on one of the sides. Just put the 2 screws into the pilot hole. I would not use power screwdriver here, just use a regular screwdriver so you don't tear apart the wood. Get that nice and tight in there. Another go around there, and we are ready to put the front panel on. The front panel is held on by this cam lock. So we insert that in. Make sure when you put the front panel on, it is in the right direction. The newer versions of this will have notches on them so you know exactly where you're lining up your front panels, your rear panels to the sides. Now that we have that in place, change camera angle here. We're going to go ahead and put the other side panel on. So I'm just lining everything up there, making sure it's good. Putting the cam lock in. Then I'm going to go ahead and push that up there. Rest it in its spot. Get the 2 screws in on the rear panel. There we go. Just making sure everything is nice and tight as it goes together there. Second screw in. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over so I can get to that cam lock. Just want to make sure I push that panel nice and tight. Get that cam lock in place. And we now have it built. Just want to go ahead and remove the protective covering from the T-molding. Get the other side over here. Get that chrome finish going. And we are ready. Let's compare the heights of the decks. Right now the ALU Mini is about 35¼ inches tall. Compared to my ALU with a 3-inch riser, that is at 38¼ inches. And for comparative sake, let's get one more cab over here. You see the iArcade is a whopping 40½ inches off the ground. So let's go ahead and see how this works. We've got the new riser. This is the 4-inch resting in front of the ALU Mini. Just need somebody to help me get this thing on top of the riser, and then we can see exactly how this looks and plays out. All right, so the camera angle is a little rough here, so I will read it off to you. As we scroll up, by the way, notice how that looks really good there with the Tetris yellow. We are coming in at 39 1/2 inches tall. So about an inch taller than the ALU Mini, or the ALU, and we will talk about that later. But as you can see, I'm 5'7" and playing this comfortably. I can see the bottom of the screen. I don't have to look down or anything. So I would say that this has done its job. Okay, so as you can see, the riser did its job. It added 4 inches to the deck height of my ALU Mini. Now, that's actually an inch taller than my ALU using a 3-inch Bi-Stuff Arcades riser, but with the vertical orientation of the screen in the ALU Mini, you need that extra inch, otherwise the screen is just too low and you end up looking down while you're playing instead of looking at the screen pretty much in a straight position. Now I chose the 4-inch riser because I'm 5'7". If you're taller, 6-foot range, I'd recommend going ahead with the 6-inch riser. So now, sturdy, you saw me put it together. Everything went together nice and tight. When I put the ALU Mini on top of the riser, it felt just as sturdy as it did without it. So is this worth the investment? At $70 for the Tetris version and $65 for the black version, I would say yes. Just like you need risers for other devices such as arcade one-ups and things like that, the deck height on this really needed to be increased, especially with that vertical orientation of the screen. So to me, $70 free shipping for the Tetris edition. If you want to get the decal for the front of the control deck, extra $5. Again, free shipping in the US. So I say it's a win. Thanks again for coming to Rascal's Basement Arcade, and we will see you on the next video.